Hello everyone, I am BooFire191. So, no doubt with my last video, and the next two I have planned after this, one could gather that I love Mandalorians. One of my favorite aspects of this warrior race is their attitude surrounding family. Or Ohana, if you will. I'm sorry. There is a saying within the race that states family is thicker than blood. This aspect is something I have always appreciated. Even if you are a different race, you are a Mandalorian. In the Knights of the Old Republic comics, Zane Carrick, the main character, meets a family of Mandalorians who are all different alien races. Mandalorians also would adopt war orphans from war-torn worlds, and they would be treated the same as blood relatives. So when we cut to the Clone Wars, something seems to be a bit off. They're all human. Now at first, when I was coming up with this video, I was going to ask if the Mandalorians were racist, but then I remembered the race of Mandalorian is more of a culture. And I also remembered that Mandalorians never had any ill will to other races, so that shot the idea out of a cannon. With that said, there is a different question to ask. What the hell happened to the alien Mandalorians? Why is it that every faction is solely human? Duchess Satine may say they are a culture of tradition, but why don't you have the same ideas of family as you did in the past? Deathwatch may be fighting for the old ways, but why are the ranks solely human? Hell, I may love the true Mandalorians, but they have the same problem as Deathwatch. At least Jaster Muriel adopted Jango as his son, and no one considered him anything less than Jaster's son. But still, no aliens. Now don't get me wrong, I don't want a McDonald's ad of forced representation, nor am I saying aliens have to be there. It's just strange considering their past as well as their culture. So, those who are new to the channel, I want to say that I hate asking questions without providing an answer. So motherfuckers, here's an answer, or two. First off, I want to address the obvious. This is most likely just plain old laziness from the animators. This also applies to the Old Republic, which, considering the 4 humanoid body types being the only ones able to wear armor not specific to a race, I'd wager it was a time-saving precaution for the development cycle. Now, this explanation can be used for any piece of Star Wars media. Laziness, or lack of giving a fuck, or simply just trying to, streamline stuff. But that just doesn't make a compelling video. So, as to why Mandalorians don't have aliens, or at least as many aliens as they used to, I believe the answer lies with the Mandalorian Excision, an event where the Jedi and Republic decimated Mandalorian space. Basically, they turned Mandalore from this into this. This is the point where Mandalore goes from the race we all know and love, into the race we, considering, or depending on who you talk to, loathe. This is the point where Mandalore begins its descent into division. Now, I want to point something out. This is Sabine. If you've been watching Rebels, then you know who she is. More specifically, she is Sabine Wren of Clan Vizsla. Now, when I first heard that, this kind of floored me. In previous games and points in time, your clan was your family, your last name, for all intents and purposes. Hence, Canderous Ordo, Shae Vizsla, Jango and Boba Fett, Jaster Muriel, Akavi Spar. Before the episode that Sabine says she's Clan Vizsla, this has always been true. Your last name was your clan. Now, I can understand an argument that she is from a lesser clan, or that you have your family, but your family is part of a larger clan. However, this just did not exist in the old canon. And yes, I want to point out something that I believe. I believe that everything is canon until proven otherwise, or otherwise contradicted. One could say that this is a contradiction, so it changes what is established, but I disagree. I see this as a detail for proof that there was a shift in Mandalorian culture. Humans have always been the dominant and most populous species in Mandalorian society, and for the galaxy for the rest of that matter. So when the excision occurs, the Mandalorians lose a lot of people. Clans get separated, and smaller units need to work together to survive. In the aftermath of the excision, separated families from different clans band together and work with other families from other clans. All the while, Republic culture seeps into the most populous areas like the capital city. So, to round out my point and make it more comprehensive, the families separated from their clan create their own sort of identity, but they keep their ties to their clan, hence why Wren and Vizsla are a thing. However, with the populous regions being exposed to Republic culture, and with theirs changing so much to adapt to the times, the urban areas get a traditional family, where blood matters. Hence why Satine has a nephew. Now, I know Mandalorians can have nephews and other types of kin, but saying you are so-and-so's extended family just did not have much bearing in Mandalorian society. You are a part of the clan. Everyone in it is your family. So, I'm gonna tie this back to the initial premise of this video. With the insular idea of family, and the fact that Mandalorians lost a lot of their population, the aliens either died out, or there are just so few left that it's a rare sight. So with that said, through war and attempts at survival, the open idea of Mandalorian family changed. The new Mandalorians abandoned or simply put less emphasis on the idea that family is thicker than blood. While Death Watch had families, they became smaller units within a larger clan. The true Mandalorians seem to have kept this idea, and still held it dear, as witnessed with Jango Fett, but they still had no real aliens that we could see in their ranks. So once the true Mandalorians were killed off, their traditional ideas of family faded or changed, so no new aliens were adopted into the clans. And also, with 1,000 years of peace, the Mandalorians were unable to adopt war orphans, so the inclusion of new races becomes difficult. So that's all I have for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it made sense. And again, I've been Boofire191. Thank you all for watching. Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. I really enjoy reading them. And this may sound a bit premature, but I really appreciate the few of you that are watching all this stuff. It is great to have an audience who watches my stuff and I can engage with. It makes me feel good that people give a shit about what I'm saying. It gives me motivation to keep doing this. So again, thank you all. Have a good night. Or day. Doesn't matter.